In 1985, Dr. Walker would attend a seminar that would change his life forever.
There was a doctor there by the name of Jennifer LaMonica, and Jennifer LaMonica was demonstrating she could adjust a patient, and then he would think about the accident that got him in that situation in the first place, and what would happen then is the adjustments that she just made would come out of place. She observed this, and then she would have him think of the accident, and then make the adjustments, and then it would stay. And I thought, that is fascinating to me. That was really fascinating. And you see, I'd already studied a lot of acupuncture, I'd studied homeopathy, I'd studied nutrition, I'd studied muscle testing, I'd studied a lot of things, and it kind of all came to me. You know what? What if we could do this? What if we could get the emotional state and have a patient think about the emotional state and then make the adjustment while they're in that particular state? Can emotions cause disease? This is one of the most documented things in all of the literature. Emotions definitely can cause this. Actually, emotion can cause death. And emotions are normal and natural and fine. But if emotions get out of hand, if they're at the wrong time, in the wrong place, they can actually cause distress on our body. And emotions have been, in many, many scientific studies, have been shown to be a causative agent in many, many diseases. So what I want to do is I want to see what's going on with you and see if we can fix you. And what's your main complaint?
My main complaint is my neck seems stiff, just gets all tightened up. It's hard to move my head completely from side to side. It just sort of...
Like turning your head back and forth this way? Show me what you mean.
It's like I can only go about that far to either well, I can only go, yeah, that's...
Oh, that looks pretty tight, all right. Well, I'm going to go through a little procedure here and see if we can figure out what's going on, all right?
Fine.
Okay. Let's take this arm right here, and I'm going to push it down and you keep it up, all right? Well, resist. That's good. Resist again. Okay, can you take this hand and put it back in your neck? Right about here for me. Do you do that? Okay. Hold it right there now. Hold it right there. Your body seems to be saying there's an emotional component to this problem. And I don't know if it's everything, but at least it's part of it. So we have a procedure we go through, kind of like a little game. And you can stop anytime you want to, but it's usually pretty harmless. Do you want to play?
Yes.
Okay, great. This can only be about two things, because there only is two things, money and love. Money means money, job, finances, career, you know, the material world, things. And then there's everyone you've ever loved or once ever loved you. And in that category, there's like family and friends. So let's try for a family member first. Family member. Okay. And there's two families, the family you came from and the family you now have. Which one do you want to try first?
Family I was born into.
The family you were born into. Okay. And a particular member of the family? Uh-huh. Well, everybody has a mother and a father, so let's try mother. Let's try father. And your 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 father. Down here in the liver. Liver goes with a couple emotions. Let's try a couple out here, okay? So anger and resentment and your resentment. And your resentment, something about your father.
He wasn't around.
Okay.
Or at least not for me.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that. So resenting that your father wasn't around for you, really wasn't a real dad in the classic sense of the word.
I would have another feeling that he didn't like me or didn't want me there.
Anything to do with that? I wonder how old you were then, when you were conception to 10, when you were conception to 5, age 6, and age 7. So you're a little 7-year-old in 2nd grade, and when you're 7, you don't have any way of measuring yourself, how important or lack thereof. So your dad was the authority, so like maybe you didn't feel like you were worthy of his attention, actually. Yeah. Can you see how you might resent it, that you weren't worthy of his attention? Yeah, weren't worthy of attention. Good. Bob, I want you to put your hand right here like that, and I want you to put your other hand on the forehead like that, and up a little higher. That's it. Okay. And just close your eyes if you want to, or keep them open, doesn't matter. But I want you to go back and I want you to pretend that you're 7. I want you to pretend you're never going to get any older than that you're just there at 7. And the thing about this little procedure we're doing here is the more you can feel the resentment and maybe anything else you were feeling at that time, the better this works, because it engages your physiology and kind of gets everything up, you know, so we can make this release. All right. Hold that feeling. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. And out. Good. I think. Let's see. Get our homework corrected now. Look at me. And look at that picture back there again when your dad was kind of ignoring you. Good. And look at me now. Good. You're good. Now let's go back and touch your hand on the back of your neck again. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, good. Let's try you to turn your head now for me.
No, yeah. That goes easily from side to side.
Emotions are good. They're physiological. They're healthy for us to have. And in a normal situation, you experience an emotion and it does its job and then you release it. But sometimes our body's meridians are weakened or down. And then what happens is an event can happen, we have a lowered resistance, and that emotion can sort of get stuck in our body and then target a particular area. The beauty of NET is that it's really very, very simple. What it's dealing with is physiology. What we want to do is bring the physiology up. The memory brings up an emotion, brings up a memory, and the memory brings up the physiology. And then by making a correction, you can just let go of that baggage. You still have the memory, but the charge isn't there.
Several years ago, Patrick Dockery ruptured and fragmented 2 discs in his lower back. He had a double laminectomy, but was still in severe pain with partial paralysis and numbness in his legs. During the following years, his legs began atrophying, and his pain was consistent and unyielding, to which his surgeon had no solutions.
The very first time I ever went in, he said, well, you seem like you're a pretty open-minded person. I'd like to try something called NET on you. I said, NET, what's that? He goes, well, it's called Neuro Emotional Technique. And I said, well, I'm open for that. You know, and at this point, I'm thinking, when he started to do it on me, I'm like, this guy's insane. He started working on me. Next thing you know, he found all these issues. It was some issues when I was a kid or my brother. I don't remember. It's so long ago. But literally, that very first time, there was a lot of relief. I mean, it was amazing pain, but there was a lot of relief the very first time. I'll tell you, within 4 days, I came back every day sequentially. Within 4 days, I no longer had pain. It's never what you know or what you learn. It's what you let go of that makes you free. You make the choice doesn't make you.
I got sick with the flu and didn't get over it for about 6 years. They called it chronic fatigue. They called it a lot of different things. It was horrible. Nausea, vomiting, headaches, lots of terrible stuff. And I guess I didn't know that it would ever go away. And what NET did for me was give me my life back. Dr. Walker is sort of my Wizard of Oz. He granted my wish, or allowed me to grant my wish, of getting healthy again. And there is nothing more important than feeling good. And thanks to him, I feel good again.
I was at one of these seminars, and a doctor by the name of Bob Curry came up to me and said, Howard, I think I found it. I think I found a missing link, and you need to see this guy. His name's Dr. Scott Walker. He's in Encinitas, California, and he knows all about the emotional side of the triangle. He's put together a simple, easy to use, easy to duplicate technique where everybody can tap into and do. And I said, really? Okay, I'll check it out. So I went, and I was blown away because it's been so long since I've seen that much passion and that much excitement in a person like I saw in Scott Walker. The sad fact is that more people will spend more money in their last 2 weeks of life on trying to stay alive than they will in their whole life on their health. And it's sad, and it's true, and it's what's going on in America. We have a disease care country, not a health care country. And people are rampantly all over seeking for health care. They don't know where to find it. And I promise you this, whether you're a practitioner or you're a patient or you're somebody just happen to stumble along and see this video, you need to find out about NET. You need to get under NET care. You need to do it with somebody who's qualified to do it. You need to do it now, and it'll change your life.